Banging time. First hand, here we go. Same table, because we've had 4 or 5 different people coming in. One more level to go. Here we go, last level of the night. Perfect timing, sir. Perfect timing.
No, was that the last hand we played?
Sure, your knees and all that?
I'll definitely raise your big blind. Yeah, you got 3 bet last hand, yeah.
So if we solve the Aaron riddle or not? You call them potato, I'll call them potato.
I was asking. I was just saying I'll get jammed.
Well, currently having a falling out with the bar about when Russ Abbott's I Want an Atmosphere was a hit. Towers looking it up as we speak. Towers right as usual.
Ding dang do. Get a drinking.
Anyone in the chat box want to have a pop at that? When was Russ Abbott?
When was Russ Atmosphere? I want an atmosphere. I love a poem. What year was it? He says he never used it. So what year was Russ Abbott's Atmosphere a hit in England?
Some of them must do.
37 of them do.
Yeah, but that's it. I know there's no interest in it. We get a lot more activity on Facebook.
Well, that's because you don't use it.
But no one, we haven't got, we can't
We're all in.
no one is interested in that account. There's no one.
How much longer have I got to win a pound from the tower? Is how long until the end of play tonight? What was the bet, hipster? Hippie, what was the bet? Oh, you said we'd get down to a final table and I said we wouldn't.
Me?
No. Rob King, the hippie.
Rob the hippie?
Yep. We said final table, he said we get. He said a final table and I said not a final table. We've got one more level and there's 18 left.
There's got to be a few car crashes, isn't there?
And I want you to walk back up to the casino and pay me tonight.
How much did you bet?
A pound.
A whole pound?
One whole pound.
One nougat.
Because the thing that I've never understood about Twitter is I don't know how you get people to follow you. Like Facebook, if you know they're a poker player, you say no friends. But you can't find really many. I can't find anyone on Twitter that's a poker player in my place.
You have to be interesting to get them to follow you.
The answer was asterisk stout.
That's a bad sign, isn't it? That's a bad sign for your bank balance. So Ben's raised the cut off here with ace king. Sorry, the hijack.
You never know, we might have 9 car crashes and end up with the final table tonight.
Oh, and Lee shoved on him. King 10 of clubs.
Well, this could be one of them.
King 10 of clubs shoved.
This
over the
could
ace
be
king.
one of them. Hippie's shouting for the ace.
Ben Windsor, ace king dominating Lee. He needs a 10 or he needs a lot of clubs. 4 on the turn, no good. 9 no crossbar. Lee is out.
Yep, well done Lee.
Yeah,
Well done for making the one drop.
came for a chat at the last break. Seems a nice fella. Made the money.
The 2 counts at the break. Lee Duran only had 80,000.
So he had open 3-6.
There we are.
Yeah, kind of had to shove.
Chip leader Fraser Bellamy.
Yeah.
Fraser.
$500,000.
Oh, Ricky Gervais look like. He's our old school Ladbrokes player. We remember the days of Sarah Jane.
Well, we're down to 17.
So Aaron is our short stack on the feature table now. 11 digs. This isn't a time where you grind down either, is it? Once you get down to about 13, 11, 10 bigs, you don't need too much invitation to get him in. I think Lee's just displayed that. He wants to double up with his King 10 and get himself 25 bigs and have a chance of making the final.
He's off his
He's a bit unlucky there at Ben's behind because Ben is an active player.
Yeah, I can get black, he's not holding. No, you're not.
So we're down to 17.
You asked for it. I thought I talked to him.
Paul is the big second this table, 320, but Fraser's got over 500,000, right?
Yes.
On the other table.
Yep.
So Fraser is the big stack by a long way. Is Paul second in chips? I think he was. I glanced over your shoulder. Yeah, Paul's second. Lee Taylor in third place, 300,000.
Not seen much of Lee Taylor all tournament.
He was on the feature when I commentated with you earlier, wasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, that long duel in the King Jack against the Aces.
Yeah, cracked Sonny's aces in ugly fashion. Ugly fashion. Is Sonny out? Sonny is. Sonny went. So there's quite a few short stacks, looking at those chip stacks from
Sonny
the...
had a bit of a sick hand with Martin Bader about 3 off the money.
Oh really?
A6 against A6, and Martin Bader called the all in with A6, and it was A6 clubs and he hit the flush.
He doesn't run good. So here we have Joe raising the hijack with Ace9 of clubs. Good pass by Babis there, Ace8 on the cut off. Thought about the 3-bet and thought better of it. I think Paul's going to see a flop here with the Queen 9 of clubs. Joe's got Ace9 offsuit. 2, 3, 4. That's a bit of a nothing flop. Both flop a gut shot. 1 club for Paul. Tough to play Queen 9 of clubs here. It's almost like you feel like donking this flop because it should really connect with your range better than the pre-flop raiser. Joe's going to fire at it. Paul's just going to give up. No time for playing any fancy moves just yet. Check raise would have probably worked there. I'm going to ignore those stats for now because these are just for the new session, so they
Yeah.
Ben hasn't seen every single hand since we've been on this table.
So Ben Wins is running deep again, which is good to see. He's a quality player, Ben.
He won something recently, didn't he? I do. An online comp?
I don't really follow you on. I don't know the guy's names online.
Well, I saw his name somewhere. Ben Wins. I get all the Bens mixed up. There's all sorts of Bens, isn't there? There's Ben Mayhew, there's Ben Jenkins, there's
Ben Vincent.
Ben Vincent won the Super Tuesday, didn't he, last week? I was on his table. Compy's got a picture of his old man, Alan Vincent, as his avatar on Stars.
Alright, okay.
It made me smile and see the Vin dog. Happy birthday to Adam Vincent, by the way, today.
Oh. Is he playing cricket this year?
He played today, I think, and I think he put the best present he got was his team won today. So.
Alright, okay.
Jack 9 of hearts for Otto under the gun. So he's opened up a little bit there, hasn't he? Jack 9 of hearts, raise under the gun. Aaron's going to pass his deuces. Paul's got the decent hand here, ace queen. Who's going to peel, do you think, Tower?
Yes.
That's the thing with the under the gun raise, isn't it? You get a lot more respect.
Ellie will defend.
Yep. Defended 5-6. Passing king 10 with the extra value. Let's see what the flop brings.
Wow.
Something for everyone.
Well,
Paul flops 2 pair again with the ace queen. You got ace queen with 2 pair before.
Yep.
Ellie and Otto both have straight draws.
Ellie's had a bit of a call like this before.
Otto's going to continue, I would have thought, with the he's got backdoor hearts, but he's got a straight draw, and it's a nice flop to represent. He likes the flary kind of throw chips towards the opposition, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He threw them towards the camera last time, didn't he? When he was playing against a player to his left. Now he's getting the old, can I see your stack, and why are they all hidden behind your blacks? Can you get them out, please? There they are. Paul is going to probably raise here, I think. It's a drawy board. I think he'll raise and get it in here, won't he?
We'll make it. Do you think you make it about 50?
I think, yeah, 45.
There's a limp. There's just a flat call.
Wow.
Does that keep Ellie involved?
It shouldn't do, but it could do. She's going to, I mean, she can't think of King's winning, so she's going to try and...
she hits two pair, she's losing again.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Third diamond. Who's got the diamond?
Here we go. Otto. Otto's got the...
Raddy's got the diamond. Otto has hit a pair now, so it's going to go check probably, I think. Especially after the third call. The second call, the third person entering the pot. I think it's going to go check a lot here. I really don't see the point of Otto betting. Try and hit your gut shot for free. Probably think a 9's good, maybe a jack's good. We can see it's not, but...
Yep. That's what that's called, Jeff.
Or a 10 would be good for him. I think Paul should have check raised. Jack,
King 10's good.
10 of diamonds makes a flush.
Chelsea's got the lot. Ellie. Oh, she checks. Checks with the second nuts.
I mean, you're checking with the second nuts, and both players you're up against have got two pair, and they're still checking. So I don't know what she thinks they're going to value. She should have put a small bet in there. Value. Bad corner flop as well with King 10 there. Jack was never going to be good. Sorry, the 10 was never going to be good. Even if it is, you're not going to be able to bet it. Backdoor diamond gets there.
Well, Callum's going to get involved in 3 bets for 39,000. Can't see him getting any more action, including Joe in C7.
They use Twitter loads. They tweet every hour what the cash games are, how many seats are available. They're one of the biggest.
Yeah, the Vic Twitter is one of the best, probably the best in the estate. Maybe have they got a person that? No, Twitter's great. I think. Well, GuKPT underscore updates for the Twitter on the GuKPT. The Vic's got a fantastic Twitter account. Just talking about Twitter. If you
2,800 followers.
This is the absolute people that we need to be tapping into. These are the people who a lot of them might not even know this is on.
Yeah.
So let's have it right.
They do sometimes tweet though that there's a tournament on.
So Aaron has got the ace jack. He could find a spot here. Could Aaron with ace jack in C number 1? He might jam it. Oh no, he's calling. Oh, he has his airs announced all in. Callum's announced Cole. So Aaron is all in with Ace Jack. He's being cool with Callum and Vince with Ace King. And Aaron needs help. Well, not anymore. The nuts on the turn. And that is it. Lost one. Aaron Helmore cashes in 2 GuKPTs and he's played 2. So we lose one when we get a new player to the table in seat number 9.
I didn't know about that. Let's talk about what we finished.
So who's come to the table in seat 9, my friend?
Seat 9.
Is that Francois Goulet?
Where's seat 9 again? Can't tell by his hands. You tell by the stack. I reckon there's 300,000 there.
Sam Razari says, can someone tell Babis she loves him? Good evening, Sam.
Babis loves himself, I think. He loves life, doesn't he?
No, I still think he's fine with it. It is completely.
Good evening, Sam. Hope you're alright, sir. I'll see you soon around the poker table.
So we've got a new player in seat 9. I'm not quite sure who it is yet. So Otto and Ben have seen a flop here. Small blind against big blind. Otto has flop top pair, 9-3. I've got the flop there, and Ben has floated him, and now he's hit top pair. So it's one of those where you float to make a move on the turn, and then you accidentally hit your hand. If Otto continues his aggression, I think Ben is definitely going to at least call, but he's going to abandon the plan he would have had, which would have been to probably raise or bet any check. The actions on Otto, nothing seems to hurry him.
I thought you were happy, but I think you still calling that. I'm laughing because I know.
Babis is saying something down the table.
I thought you need to call him.
He's probably responding to Sam Razali. Come on, Otto, time banks up.
He's good at this, isn't he? It is.
It's not even facing a bet. I don't mind someone having a dwell when they've been settled in, but you know, there's a pot that's got 5 big blinds in it, and you've got to decide whether to check a bet. I think maybe he had the overs on your 13 bet, don't you? There we go, he's picked up a chip at least anyway. Picked up a... So it's gone bet by Otto on the turn, eventually 14k, Ben's just called. As I say, I think his plan was to raise that bet if he hadn't hit the turn, but he's hit it. And there's an ace on the river. Or is Ben going to continue? Is Otto going to continue to fire? It's not a bad card for his hand actually, because he can rep that he's got the ace of diamonds and bet again here. Is he going to turn his hand into a bluff and rep that he had the ace of diamonds all along? Was hoping for a flush and now he's hit top pair.
He's certainly betting a lot quicker on the river by the looks.
I think it was limped pre-flop though, which makes you feel less like he's got the ace of diamonds. Well, we saw before, didn't we, where Otto slowed down when the third bullet was possible. Didn't really fancy firing it. I think if he can fire here, he'll probably win the pot. He's got 80,000 left, 56 in there. It's a bit awkward really, isn't it? A bit too much to shove. I mean, you could bet 35 and hope, but you get the feeling that Ben might call 35. Yeah, check. I imagine Ben's going to check behind now.
Yeah, don't like the ace. I've got a queenish out.
Yeah, don't really fancy it, do you?
Yeah, check.
Yeah, and he's hit the turn card and he's happy there. I think it looks a bit weird when you look at that hand with the vacuum, but I think Ben definitely had a plan there. They're having a bit of a joke about it there, but Ben had a plan to win that pot on the turn or the river anyway. Just so happened to hit his card and he didn't need to put it into action.
Yeah, I thought we might have seen Sam this week. It's his local town, isn't it? Brighton, Sam Razavi.
I think so, yeah.
From Brighton?
Yeah, I think when he's not travelling the world.
Always good to see Sam Razavi in a poker room playing cards. Always got a smile on his face.
I played poker with Sam's dad once, I think. Yeah. He was hard work to play against. Yeah.
I remember the year when every week Sam got a new flag from some obscure country somewhere.
That was the year, I think. That was the year I played against his old man in Newcastle.
Yeah.
He was very hard to play against. He could have had any 2 cards.
I think he must have more flags from different countries than anybody else.
Possibly.
It'd be a good shout.
I've got some good obscure ones as well though. I remember Snoopy used to say that I was trying to get the most obscure possible ones. Singapore,
Vietnam and Zimbabwe and
Turks and Caicos. You'd do well to spot a Turks and Caicos flag. Francois raising it up here from seat 9. Pocket 6s. That's who we've got in seat 9 by the way, it's Francois.
It is Francois.
Is that Francois or is it Francis?
It's Francois.
Francois. Francois. Is that just a typo, do you think?
No, Francois Goulet.
Yeah, but is that how you spell it? I-O-S, not O-I-S.
He's definitely French.
O-I-S.
Francois Goulet.
I know, but on the screen it's I-O-S is what I'm saying.
Oh, right, okay.
It is Francois, not...
Oh, it should be O-I-S.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Francois, yeah.
Sorry about that, Francois, but there we go. Pocket 6s against 6-7, and he picks up the pot.
Moves to the table as cheat leader as well.
Oh, yeah, big stack. I said he had over 300,000 when he sat down. We could have...
He goes by Frank. That's good enough for us.
Yeah, good old Frank. Good old Frank. So he's not French then, is he not?
I suppose he is.
You don't have to be called Francois. Francois Pinot wasn't French.
Was he not? I bet he had French parentage.
No, he'd be Dutch, wouldn't he? Heritage from South Africa. I would have thought. Francois again. Frank. What? He's got nearly 1,000. He's got nearly 1,000. I've got 1,300. follow someone, you just follow you, that. Especially if you're me. I'll probably follow you. I'm not interested in what you say. Thanks, mate. Francois raises again. Are we calling him Frank now, or Francois?
Frank.
Frank raises with pocket jacks.
We like Frank.
As soon as he spelt his name wrong, we'll call him Frank. Because we've got that bit right. Raises with jacks and takes it down. So he's played every hand since he's moved here, and the players on this table maybe haven't played with him all day. I think this geezer's playing every single hand, but he's had the best hand both times, hasn't he? Pocket sixes was the best hand last time. Pocket jacks is the best hand this time. You're always wary of a big stack who comes to your table and starts playing every hand.
Yep.
He's had the cards.
So this is the final level of the day. We're back tomorrow, and I think it's 12 o'clock start if we're not on a final table.
Good.
Which is great. It's
Early doors.
the option to use the extra hour is great for the GuKPT because
I think it's great they do that.
It's being flexible as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't have to start at 1 o'clock. You know, people don't plan in a week in advance that they're going to be there on Sunday.
Absolutely.
They just ask what time do I have to be here tomorrow.
How many competitions around the country and around the world drop levels because they're running short of players, and it's a 5-day event and not a 3-day event kind of thing. You know,
it also means that hopefully we get finished at a better time. It means everyone can have a drink to celebrate. They'll commiserate with the runners up and have a drink with the new champ, and it's a bit more of an atmosphere. It's nice.
And then bank holiday Monday off in Brighton. Wow. Couldn't think of anything better.
I imagine me and you are going to be on the pier playing some daft games.
It could happen.
I can imagine that.
If anybody wants to join us on Monday, we will be on Brighton
Pier.
Pier.
We'll be playing daft games on Brighton Pier, trying to win teddy bears that we don't want.
We will be up for breakfast probably around about 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock-ish, and then onto the pier it goes.
We will.
We'll be getting us pounds with a 2-piece.
Yeah, good luck with that these days, Tower. You haven't been on. You'll think the Blackpool Pier. So we've got another pot here with Francois, who's got the best hand again. King Jack, blind on cut off. Sorry, Ben's raised with the ace 7. Francois called with King Jack and hit top pair. He's not scared of the Queen on the river. Ben's summing up the hero call with ace high here. There it is. When a hero comes to you.
And maybe that's how Frank gets his chips.
Yep. Search for the hero inside yourself.
Well, at least with there being no crazy golf round here, we've dodged near death experiences, seeing as those PKs.
There will be crazy golf round here, I guarantee it. We can find some crazy golf.
We might not want to,
no.
knowing that PK is still here.
That golf we played was pretty crazy.
We'll be on the pier, don't worry about that. We'll be playing football games and basketball games.
Absolutely.
And hook a duck and throwing things at the balls at the
we'll be trying to eat food
cards.
without getting bombarded by psycho seagulls.
No such thing as a seagull. I've taught you that before. It's just a gull that lives by the sea. Me and Andy were saying yesterday, why don't we eat seagulls? They're massive, aren't they? Like chickens.
Huge.
You could kill them and eat them, I'm sure.
It's like alright, gulls that live by the sea, because of seagulls. It's exactly the same as sea bass. There is no other kind of bass.
But there are other kinds of gulls. They're like black hooded gulls and stuff.
What's happening here, boy?
So ace 10 for Paul, raised up on C3. Joe has got the jacks, just flat called. And now Babis is having a bit of a duel with the King 4 diamonds. He's on the button. Think about making a move. Babis thought about it and eventually summoned up the correct move. Well done, Babis.
Well,
Thought about the squeeze. So Paul's raised it under the gun and Joe's just peeled with the jacks. He's disguising the strength of his hand, also not getting blown off it.
Yep.
We'll be looking for a low flop.
8-eye, be good.
Callum's in there with 10-7.
10-eye flop could get people into trouble.
It could, couldn't it?
A 10-7 jack flop would be
definitely
ill.
a picture card on that flop though, I can see with my X-ray eyes.
Yeah.
Looks like a queen to me.
Just need
there we go. Oh, it's a jack.
oh, it's a jack. Set. Oh, against Oek. Paul's got top there.
So Paul's going to bet 20. If I'm Joe here, I'm calling, aren't you? I think I just flat called you. Oh, he's going to raise. I don't like raising there, Joe. I don't like it, do you, Phil? So set of jacks raises there, and he just takes. No, he pulls.
Oh my god! What a turn card! What an ill turn card! You don't get away from this. Doyle Brunson, Phil Ivey, Phil Elmeth, even Daniel Negreanu doesn't get away from this.
We've got all in a call.
Well, I'm not surprised. That has to be. That's just an ill. Look at Ellie. He's like, oh my, look at this.
So Paul needs to hit 10 or
that is
5 on the
ill.
other.
Ellie's thinking, oh Paul, oh my god, look at it. She's like, oh, and Ellie wasn't in the hand. Wow. That is proper sick for Paul. Proper
for Joe.
Proper sick.
Now he's got a massive stack. 436.
Don't think he's out.
No, he won't be. He had the biggest stack on the until.
Don't think he's out.
Until Francois joined the table. But he's lost most of them. He's lost 200,000 in that pot.
Yep. Wow. What a hand. Paul is crippled on fumes, but still in.
Yeah, I was looking at some chat. You're saying taking strong hands? No. Because I got that 50, fold, sharp, fold. That's the more likely scenario, man. It's like 35k. Can't figure out that step. Sure, they can.
Well, that's a bit sick for Mr. Paul Dunn.
It was, yeah.
He's been one of the chip leaders all day.
I'm surprised how quick the chips got in there when he's been raised on the turn, though. I'm not sure. That's why I didn't really like Joe's raise, to be honest. I'd rather just call and just continue disguising the strength, really. Anyway, Paul's a bit. Paul's left for a bowl of rice now, isn't he? Passed around to the newly chipped up Joe, who's found the ace in the hijack.
Can't get away from that. Can't really get away from it. I don't think.
I don't think you have to get it all in though. It's 150,000 to get in there.
Yeah, well,
to 47
it's only 20. It's only 23 bigs.
No, it doesn't matter. He's raised to 47 on the turn. Then what are you going to do on the? What are you going to do on the river? Sorry, on the flop. On the turn, what are you going to do? Check, let him bet.
Yeah.
What's the point of check raising? Really, he's not going to call you with anything that isn't a house or a better raise. I suppose he's not folding a worse ace, but he's not really going to see a flop with most hands. So Joe is newly chipped up and Paul is down to 6 bigs. I don't know. I think probably being a bit harsh. I just think the chips could have gone in a different way, that's all. But I think they're probably getting in, as Phil says there. Either way, Joe is nicely chipped up. Raises with a king queen. Babis he's been very card dead, hasn't he? It's a couple of times he's kind of had a thought, a little think, like, should I free bet here? Should I get involved in a hand? But he's really been card dead. Ellie in the big blind with king 9. So she defended the 5-6 earlier and she wants to pass king 9. Good pass, she was nominated. Paul is going to want to get his 6 bigs in, isn't he?
He is.
It's horrible when you go. He had the absolute world earlier, didn't he? He was a massive stack. He hasn't won many
No,
since I came.
and the Russia cards that he had as well, and like you say, he was winning and losing pots with them. It's not as if he like getting all the hands and all the chips. It's
yeah, he was involved in a lot, wasn't he? But he was losing as many as he won. Still, he's not out. Never say never. It's past round. 23 minutes on the clock, so I think in about 8 minutes time we'll draw for a card, won't we?
yes, I don't know what time the clock is normally paused. Normally paused around about the 12-minute mark, 10, 11. I suppose it's has to be random, because if people realise what they're doing every single time, and
then the dwelling would start then.
Yes.
First one, Ellie in the small blind. She's all in with pocket tens.
We're just jamming to nick the blinds.
Well, I mean, do you want to nick the blinds with the 5th best possible hand and hold them blind on blind?
Well,
I guess if you get kings every lap, then you're
a bit of a tank, but
yeah. So we've got we're playing 3-6 here.
We are
playing 3-6. Open shove for 33 big blinds with pocket tens, blind on blind.
As you do.
So you find a pair of jacks, you can call me. I guess a pair of jacks might fold, to be honest. No, I don't thought so.
No.
You're not really jamming a big hand there, are you?
You had 6 bigs. You had 6 bigs when you come. I had 14 at the time.
So, next hand. Ellie's on the button.
So if we have more than 9, which is looking likely, we're back at 12. Everybody knows they're back at 12.
I think
with the extra hour.
I think we can say that for certain, can't we?
We'll start at 12. We'll be in position round about 11:45. Who's staying up for the Mayweather fight?
I've got a bet on.
And the Khan fight.
I'm not bothered about that.
Because he's on the undercard now, isn't he?
We were talking about Prince Nazim yesterday. We were in
really?
a bar that played Inni Kamosi, Here Comes the Hot Step.
All right, yeah, he used to come into that, didn't he?
The best ring entrance I've ever seen is him bopping along to that.
Yeah.
Nah.
And it took about 15 minutes to get to the ring.
Best ring entrance ever. Me and Andy Proof both, and we loved Prince Nazim. It was such a shock when he first saw him get beat. Babis has finally found a hand.
Fighting outside when it was 110 degrees.
Stuck it in with a snowman, open shove. He's going to pick up the blinds. So Otto's on the. Is he called Otto Richard? This guy?
Yes,
he sure he's not called Richard Otto.
No,
definitely called Otto Richard.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you've got to go backwards to go forwards, haven't you? Otto Richard. So Otto's on the button. Babbitt's under the gun. He's going to pass. I think in 5 minutes' time we're probably going to draw for the number of hands. So play's slowing down a little bit. Not slowing down in speed, just slowing down in how active the players are. We've got half an eye on tomorrow. We've just learnt the Scouse Feral stick band, which is Lazzy Bands. No Lazzy Bands.
Sorry, you've got no Lazzy Bands.
Fish.
No.
Fish.
I think it's drumstick time.
He's right. Well, it's late.
See, we didn't call them Lazzy Bands, we called them Lackey Bands.
Yeah, that's it up.
That's not lackey, it's a lazzy.
Because elastic. Lackey.
Elastic.
So where's a Lazzy?
Lazzy? They're a lazzy?
They're not, the elastic.
Like as in...
The elastic.
day. Half 11. Here's till 12. Going out after you.
827, check.
I'm going out.
9,000.
Stick the microphone on, Phil. That's hope matters. Front Ace-9's got Ace-9. Ace-9 for Francois.
Are these no, they're not the stones. I was like, Hasbab's got 808, and then I realised that's his player numbers.
So Ben and Francois just had a clash just before you joined us, James. Ben eventually called him down with Ace High, which was no good. He'd flop top pair at Francois with King Jack. And now, it doesn't look like the most dangerous of boards. Euro 6.
Why is he checking the S9?
Maybe he's dropping him.
Board check call.
I think you should have valued
Wait,
that.
I haven't really paid attention, obviously. Has he checked called the previous streets or something? No, it's one check on the
Check on the road.
someone's murdered value here.
Exactly the same. It was cut off against Big Blind last lap actually, where they had quite a decent clash against each other. Ace 7 against King Jack, and Ben called him down with Ace 7. Ace 7 high. But so Francois wins another one. I think he's won every pot since he joined this table. Every pot he's played. And Joe is still the chip leader here. Francois is in second. I think the actual tournament chip leader is still Fraser Bellamy with 600,000.
That's a lot of chips.
On table 2.
What will the average for the final table be? About 400?
Probably a bit less. I think it was like 3.7. Yeah, 400 I guess. 900 or something.
Yeah, 3.7 in play, is that right?
I don't know. I think that's
3.6.
Yeah, I guess 180 runners, right?
So yeah,
£10,000 generously donated by Grosvenor Casino.
generously donated, yep.
Well, 10,500 if you can, Jeff.
No, I'm an online qualifier. No, I'm not. And I played twice, so you can say 500, either 1,000 or none. No, I qualified online, don't worry about me.
Or twice.
Tokens galore, this fella. Tokens galore.
I'm the token meister, me, don't worry about that.
So if we don't get down to 9, we start at 12 PM tomorrow, not the normal 1 o'clock.
I think Babis will struggle to get here for 12 tomorrow, so I think he needs to either get himself a big stack or he needs to get knocked out, because looks like he's planning a night out after he finishes here.
Well, I don't want to ruin it, but can you tell me if he has planned this night out? 'Cause my phone's out of battery now.
I'm afraid we can't.
I said I'd come find him. But
Me and Tower are living in the half an hour past, so we can tell you. So Ben, who's feeling a little bit beaten up, he's lost the last few hands he's played, particularly to Francois. We're pretty pleased that Francois hasn't called him this time.
It's free bet
He's
again.
been 3-bet.
Loving it.
Joe has got the big stack. He's deep enough to get jiggy here with his Ace-9 if he wants to then. Don't really fancy peeling this, but he could easily 4-bet here. He's got 400,000, Joe. Ben is the effective stack, got 175 total. Peeling. What do you think about that, James? Not
wild about it.
Not very appealing is the peeling.
I don't quite know.
Not really sure what flop you're hoping apart from
Ace
an Ace
9-9.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good flop for it.
That is a good flop.
I mean, I guess if you're free betting 3s, you're probably going to 5-bet jam them, right? And you get 4 bets. So
You kind of think so, but I don't know.
pairs a pair and all that.
Yeah, it gets to that stage of a tournament, doesn't it? Joe hasn't had a big stack for that long actually, so we don't really know how he's playing his big stack. He just won a massive pot earlier. I think Ben's gonna have to check call 1 street here, isn't he? And see what happens. There's the C bet, 17k from Joe.
It's very small.
I'll have a bit of a dwell
like
before
that.
we call this.
I like betting really small because you're never gonna get shut raised in that spot.
Yeah. But I think once you bet small, I think you then have to bet big on the turn or just
Yeah.
give up, don't you?
And then just rip river.
Yeah. I'm not sure about the third one. You can see how flush he normally builds up a massive stack or dusts one off. Can't you?
You just bet 40k here, 38k,
And set up
and the guy's got like 100k back into
Yeah.
like a 160 pot, I guess. Maybe it's a bit too thin. I don't know. Man, people don't like calling.
No, they don't.
It's on the
Especially
river.
later on in life. It looks like Joe's given up.
Hit a
He
3,
knows
it's the backup plan.
You could always hit a
No,
3.
failed.
He's hit a 5. That's no good.
Now you convince yourself of being like King Jack and Jack 10 and stuff.
Yeah. You think you've got some showdown value, but in reality you haven't. I don't think Ben would be. Well, I guess
Should bet.
he peeled S9. Do you think he bets here?
Should bet.
I don't think he will.
Never a bluff. He bluffs now. I'm gonna put
Look at the big sigh from Joe there. He's like, yeah.
It's
I'll
also
Hope he's
check.
only got air side. No,
Well, because the thing is, like, there, you're checking. If you face a bet, you're always calling, and he's always got better. And he's gonna check back everything else.
Yeah.
He might call it better.
It's true.
Bet call, that's quite cool. That's quite sexy.
Well,
Like, induce the
yeah.
bluff.
Induce the bluff would be nice. I'm not sure Joe would.
I say all this stuff, I never do it myself.
No,
I just
no.
check as well, and call, and I go, oh, is he gonna beat?
How do you come in the commentary box just to get myself a reputation for? Yeah, I think it should be 5 then. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I think we're probably going to draw a
I was
card.
Callum
now.
on the table as well.
Yeah, Callum.
I noticed he had the lowest aggression factor there of everyone.
Ellie's pulling a card. What is it? 3, 4, or 5? What is it, boys?
4.
I'll go for 3.
5.
I know the answer though.
I know you both know the answer. I was not wanting to wager on that.
I'm guessing it was 4 then, yeah?
I just saw it.
What was the advantage?
What was it Neil
Mark?
Cheney said? Never bet on facts. Never bet on facts. Bet on uncertainties.
We got 4 hands left. This is the first one.
Oh, you won.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Well, we still haven't had confirmation, but I'm imagining I won because
Just assume you're right.
I knew that was the answer. I had been saving up that fact for half an hour and then I forgot to try and get some kind of betting going on.
So the final 4 hands.
Joe, pocket
Back
nines.
tomorrow at 12. Don't be late.
Babish.
Oh,
Oh dear.
Aye, aye.
Oh dear, Babish.
Here comes the bear.
Oh dear.
Here comes Babish the
Here
bear.
comes the Greek bear.
He's
all
got
in.
96 down straight in. Oh, Joe's raised to 12.
Oh, and Callum's found it.
Oh,
Go on, Billy. Go on, my lad.
Callum Smith, what you doing? It's
Callum's
all
all
in.
Oh,
in.
he's
well.
loving it. He just found Babish
So
at
what's
it.
the 9s doing?
Oh, and there's one of Babis's aces going to get mucked by Paul. That's bad news for him.
Babish
Sure,
is-
the
how
nine.
much Babish is hating life.
Sure the 9s have to get out of the way.
Yeah, the 9s have got to pass.
Nice, how much you got? 9s? Oh,
170
I hate
grand.
this. Oh, well, I've got lots of chips. I'll come back
Yeah.
tomorrow. Happy days.
You can fold them.
No.
It hasn't folded yet.
I'll do a song and dance
Yeah,
about it
you got
because, you know, I'm on
400,000
TV and
chips.
all that. Like.
You've got 2 all-ins. You don't want to spunk them away at this time of night.
Can you say that, Phil?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a nice word.
It's alright after midnight. So he's having a bit of a dwell. Come on, get them in the muck. Look at Babis, he knows he's at death's door. He's
Oh,
looking
Here's
at
what-
There's
Time for drinks, boys.
the bar
Time for
still
drinks.
But I feel like I know what Babis is.
Well, as I say, you got out with the worst one than this earlier. You got it in with King Queen against King.
There
So
we
you
go.
got there. Hit a good
Here
shot.
we go. Nice and steady, dealer. Nice and steady.
Nice, 10
No,
times.
no, nice and slow down. Whoa,
Oh.
whoa, what's that?
Oh! What the hell?
Wow. 200 flush, rivered the royal flush.
Babish! What the hell is that?
He's got King's
What the hell is that?
There was no snap from the internet dealer there, was
He
there?
rivered King's
What the hell is that?
That's like the
That's
royal.
not real. Look at that smile on his big Greek face.
Told you live poker's
Is he in the bar? Babish!
Champagne for everybody. What a life. Look at that big
Say a
smile
funny
on
story
his
actually
face.
in another Brighton casino.
I didn't even see
No
that.
names mentioned.
They have other ones.
There may be another casino.
Wow.
They used to have a promotion where, like, if you got a royal flush in a cash game, they'd bring a bottle of champagne for the
And
table.
I'm sure-
We never knew about this until someone
I'm
got.
sure Babish called him a lucky so-and-so for ripping an house.
Probably
and he got the nut flush.
He did. He said he didn't know.
Not realising he got the royal.
No, he hadn't.
in this casino, they had a little promotion going for if you got a raw flush, bottle of champagne, and we never realised that until it happened. So then, on a nightly basis, Paul Parker would rearrange the cards after a hand and claim that someone had got a raw flush. And after like a week solid of someone getting a raw flush every night, they cards on to the fact that Paul Parker was rigging the deck.
What a great idea.
If you heard Babbish there using the old C word, we do apologise.
C word.
That's not like him.
Yeah.
He's such a mild manner, chap.
Come on,
Well
Babbish.
spoken.
Wow.
Come on.
What the hell was that all about?
Wow.
Just the royal.
So that was
I know
Callum
you will
who...
for you.
Actually, bizarrely, yesterday at the end of day one, Callum was very unlucky because he'd arranged a little betting pool where we all chose the number of runners that would come back at the end of the day. This is true. So he's arranged it all, and I had 43. And at this point, it's now the last two hands, and his table's the last to go, and they're currently at 43 players. And he gets it all in against someone else, and a third person calls. It's a short stack all in for like 8 bigs.
Yeah.
And they check it all the way down, and by the end, I think it's a paired board, but there's 4 clubs on the board. And Callum bets, and the other guy's like, oh, fold, and Callum goes, oh, I could have won the lot here, and flips over the ace of clubs for the nut flush. The other guy in the pot has 10s, but he has a 10 of clubs to make a straight flush. Back-to-back nights, at the end of the day, Callum's walked into a straight flush.
Wow. That is not very lucky.
It was good for me, because I copped the lot with the old 43 runners.
Well, Otto's... Well, he's raised every lap on Ellie's blind.
I bet Callum's texting me, actually.
Yes.
My phone's dead, Cal.
Ellie's
Callum, my phone's dead.
Ellie's
I'm out of battery. I'm not going to answer.
He's here, he's watching you. Come back. So Ellie's having a duel with a 9-5 offsuit. Come on, Ellie.
Yeah. We're never ever even thinking about even defending with 9-5.
He has picked her blind a lot though. I think she's just making a point, isn't he?
So it must have
He made
been
the point well. He won't do that again,
No,
because he wins the pot.
Well, he's the first one to get a chance to nick it, isn't he? Under the gun, so he's used it well. So Paul has got
Paul's not
3
got a lot of
bigs.
chips, is he? Who's that? Which seat's that?
Seat 3. He
Three.
lost the lot to Joe.
Yeah.
And the blind just went through him as well.
Wow,
With a trip aces on a
Maybe he's already paid for the hotel for tonight.
I think he's local, isn't he? He normally I've only played
trip
him down
aces
here.
on a jack ace 5 board, and he's got the other guy's got.
He
jacks.
raised with ace 10 and
Unfortunately, ace 10.
Joe called with jacks and it came ace jack something and then ace on the turn. Yeah, a little bit unlucky, but the chips are now flying quick.
So the final
With a
2
smile
hands.
on the bear's face.
I know. Look, he's very happy. And
Yeah. How good was that, Callum? How good was that?
has Ben got a chance to win a hand here? He hasn't won a hand for a while. He's got ace king under the gun. He's going to make it 12,000, no doubt.
Oh, shut up.
This is our last hand, Phil. We got one more.
2 more.
Two more after this. No, one more after this. Sorry.
Yeah, one more.
It never ends.
It does.
What is it?
And then back tomorrow at 12.
Because if you look behind us, there's no players left.
Aye, aye.
But the butchers, Paul's got 3 big blinds and found a pair of kings. That's how you do it.
Oh, that's that. He knew.
Yeah.
Is it Paul
that's how you
Jackson?
do it. Similar jumper.
Is that what it is? Is that what it is?
Similar knitwear. I didn't realise knitwear. That's a good
Knitwear, yeah, I like it.
He-
Works on so many levels.
Yeah, he should launch his own knitwear range, shouldn't he? But without the K.
Knitwear.
Yeah.
Power hasn't got it yet. He'll
No,
get there.
he'll
He'll
get
get there.
there.
Give him a bit.
Everyone in Blackpool still wears. Oh, there's an ace
Oh,
on it.
it's just not right, is it?
No, it's not going well for. He's had an
It's not
absolute.
going well for him. He's
nightmare.
out. It couldn't get much worse.
No, gone. Paul done.
No, Paul is out of there.
I think Ellie was more shocked when he lost a hand with the trip aces than Paul was.
She looked distraught, didn't she?
But Paul, great effort, well done, sir.
Unlucky Paul. You
And we're
ran
on to the
pretty bad
final
on
hand
that
of the
table.
day.
I thought there was a rule where they can't use their phones on this table. Doesn't go down very well, has it? They just abandoned that rule, have they? When I was on the table, I was being told off constantly. Now everyone's just texting
I
away.
think everybody should be able to tweet and Facebook to the heart's
Yeah,
content.
especially if you're mentioning
That's all I've
Grosvenor.
seen.
That's what it should
Especially
be.
if you're mentioning Grosvenor, we like the fact
As
that
long
all
as you're not
saying-
slowing down the game, and as long as you're not answering the telephone at the table, I don't mind anything.
I think you should be able to answer the telephone as well. I'm
Well,
okay
yeah.
with that.
Well, the daft thing is, the daft thing is,
if you
your
don't know
phone
it, you can do what you
rings.
want.
If your phone rings at the table, you talk quieter than speaking to somebody in seat 9. It is a weird one.
So last time
Look at that smile. Look at Barrister's face. Look, he can't
Come
stop
on,
laughing.
guys.
He's you see the hand a minute ago? I got a raw flush. Against some outside. You all see that? Like, look at him.
He thought he was out as well, though. He thought he was out, and then he saw that the King's Full was no good. Look at Callum just shaking his head. I presume they're mates, so they're
Well, the
just...
worst thing ever as well is like, Callum's still in with chips. It's like we could play golf tomorrow, but now we can't. He's still gonna be in. Like,
He
he's
hasn't
got a
got
bowl as well.
Yeah.
Like, ruined me.
Joe-
Nothing to do tomorrow now.
Come and commentate with us.
Yeah, maybe. I'll let you know.
So the Queen's raised another gun, Joe the big stack, and Ben is defended 8-9. I can't see this hand going too far. Check from Ben.
And this should be the final hand, so...
This Joker gets a lot of hands.
He does. He must be a good clean living chap, because he's running pretty well. Check from Ben with the 9 high. Pocket Queens is going to bet. Here's Babis already on the looking for the exit. In the background, ready to go. See bet from Joe, and I think Ben's probably just going to muck these and
Now he's going to take off and go for it.
get bagging and tagging.
Take off. Check raise. Queen's call, turn of 7.
Turn of 7, yeah.
Now you've got to keep going.
Yep.
There comes a third heart in the river, now you've got a bomb.
Well, he's
Yes! Oh, he's
Action on the
elected
last
with the
hand.
call.
How much we're rooting for the 7?
Not wild about the check call.
He's
It's
7
okay.
clubs.
That's donk. That's donk. Oh, now we hit. Now we
he's
hit.
found an eight ball.
Oh, now we hit.
Now
What
what's
do you
he
do
gonna
now? You
do?
hit. You're going to bluff. Now what?
I think I might lead at this now.
Now you got to check.
I get a bad feeling about this for Joe. We've just said how good he's running. Now Ben, for some reason, is trying to float out of position. Is now hit.
Hey, check back the queens. What a
Checking
genius.
back, and here it comes. I got a feeling.
Looks like a middle sort of
It
card.
looks a middly card, and you're 8 or 9. What is it?
Oh,
it's a
it's
6.
that's actually not a bad card for Ben.
Do you think Ben's going to bet here? A little stopper bet and see if he can.
Let's stop it. It should bomb this. Absolutely bomb it.
There's a reason we're sat in the commentary box, though, isn't there?
Yeah, we didn't run good.
we bombed the wrong thing. If I was Ben there, I think I'd bet 25,000.
Yeah, he just calls.
Bomb it.
Doesn't make any difference. He's going to check call anyway. Check call 18k from
I do believe
Joe
everybody's
Higgins.
going to be now bagging up the chips. That was the final hand, I
That's
do
the
believe.
last hand, isn't it? Just double check. Are you looking around for the
Everyone's
bags?
standing up and getting up.
please.
Yeah, bags. Bags. Bags.
Please, ladies and gentlemen,
Oh, dear.
thank you very much indeed. There we go. Curly, Larry and Mo. You'll know we only to remember them. Thanks for joining us,
What the
James.
hell was that? Was that English or French?
Thanks.
Northern.
Thanks for joining us for the last 20 minutes. It would be great to see you tomorrow, but I'm guessing that you might have you might
I'll
be washing
come
your
in.
hair or
Maybe
something.
if like
No, he's
Babis or Callum or something
Babis
gets
and
that
Callum
together, I'll
are
come
there,
in and watch the boys.
Yeah, unlucky today as well. Well done, the Brighton.
Well
That's
done,
what
the
matters.
boys.
Well
There's
done,
any
the
result
Brighton.
that matters.
Yeah.
Cheers, Jeff.
No worries.
Early shift tomorrow. We're in at 12.
Yeah, good
we
luck.
start at 12
See you
tomorrow,
about
so
3.
don't be late. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow for the final day. 14 remain for the tower and the super duper team.
And the team.
Ta-ra.
Once you've done that, the ID card goes back to